a very, very, very good message. And the reason why is because when God told me this, I was like, oh my gosh, God. I was actually praying before bed last night when I got this message from the Lord. And a lot of the times it's like, a lot of you guys are so like big hearted. You love so much and you want the best for people. You want the best for people. A lot of you guys, you're breaking generational curses. You're fighting the good fight. You're trying to do, you're just minding your business, taking care of what you need to take care of. You're listening to the Lord, you're obeying, and that's it. You're just doing what you're supposed to do. Like, you have no time for nonsense. You have no time for drama and all this stuff. And you just want to be in a better position than you were in when you were a child, or be in a better position than your parents were. And you just want to be able to do better and be better. That's all you want in your life, right? And you just like, why is everything against me? I just want the best. And during the time in the past, many of you guys may have thought about, because God may have already told you guys where you're going to be, what type of blessings are coming in for you, what breakthroughs are going to happen. And God will give you glimpses and pieces of it through your dreams, through your visions, and he'll show you where you're going to be. And around the time where God has started showing you guys where you're going to be, a lot of you guys weren't even in the position to claim that blessing yet, because you were around a lot of toxic people. You were around a lot of fake people. You were around a lot of deceitful people. You were around a lot of people that did not love you. A lot of people that didn't care about you. A lot of people that just wanted to take from you, that were leeches, energy vampires. And you didn't know that, because around that time, you were not really doing a lot of the inner work you're doing now. You weren't healing. You weren't loving yourself. You weren't, probably weren't even as dedicated to the Lord like you are now. Like, you probably weren't even fasting and praying like you are now. You get what I'm saying? To where now you can hear from him more and see more, etc., right? And you were also blindsided by the generational spirits. You're also blindsided by all the distractions around you. So it was very hard for you to, to pinpoint what's really going on in your life and to actually see through the veil when it comes to who's really around you. It was hard for you to pinpoint who's really a wolf in sheep's clothing and who really loves you, right? So, and not only that, but because some of you guys are also very forgiving, because God was telling me this last night. He was like, we have very forgiving hearts. Like, that's another reason why a lot of us are blessed and God is blessing a lot of us, is because he says, blessed are the pure hearts, for they shall see God. And a lot of us, the reason why we are able to even have that access to God to begin with is because a lot of us are very big-hearted and we are very forgiving. And it does get us in trouble, even though God wants us to forgive. Sometimes we forgive, but we didn't know the difference in the past between forgiving and moving forward and letting things go and not allowing people to abuse us. We didn't know the difference between that and forgiving and staying in an abusive situation. So now that we know the difference, we are able to remove ourselves from a situation, but at the same time, we still have that forgiveness towards the individuals, right? So we didn't know the difference back then. And where I'm going is God specifically said these words to me. I'm going to read what he said. He said, you almost took the wrong people with you. Not everybody can go with you, y'all. Okay, and what I mean by you almost took the wrong people with you, what God means because he told me that, is when God was showing you glimpses of your visions and your blessings, you were kind of including a lot of people in these blessings. You're kind of like, oh, when I receive this, I'm going to bless this person. I'm going to bless that person. I'm going to do this. I'm like, how many of you guys do that? Like, when God shows you something, you start visioning it. And I talked about this in the past too. I'm going to actually put the video in the comment section so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But I talked about this in the past, where when you think about something, you start including your family in it. Okay, oh, God's going to bless me with this. I'm going to buy this person a house. I'm going to buy this person a car. I'm going to open a family business. I'm going to open this. I'm going to open that. And around the time you guys were having these types of thoughts and you guys were kind of planning what you're going to do with the blessings that God gives you, the same people that you were trying to include in these blessings were the same people that were trying to stop these blessings. It's deep. The same people that you were sitting there and saying to the Holy Spirit, God, when I get this, I'm gonna open this business for this person. I'm gonna sponsor this person's business. I'm gonna invest in this person's business. God, I'm gonna invest in this person's home. I'm gonna give them a home. God, I'm gonna buy. I saw them struggle for so long. God, I'm gonna retire them from where they're working so they don't have to work hard. God, because I've seen this person struggle their whole life. I don't want them to struggle no more. God, I'm gonna bless them so they don't have to struggle. These were the types of thoughts y'all was having towards the same people that were trying to block you. These were the types of thoughts, these were the motives you had for these individuals. And while you had these motives, these are the same people that was plotting against you, lying on you, slandering you, doing spell work to you. While the relationships you had in the past, how are you going to treat this man, or how are you going to treat this woman? I'm going to buy this woman a ring. God, I'm going to help her. I'm going to uplift her, God. I'm going to get her a home. And that same woman was being deceitful and sleeping around on you. That same man was being deceitful and sleeping around on you. You get what I'm saying? And the motives you had for these people were genuine. It's genuine. And let me tell you something. This is why God never gave you what he was supposed to give you at that time. That's why he never gave it to you. When I was praying to God about it last night, I started crying because I started thinking about the people that were supposed to love me that weren't there for me. And I started thinking about how badly I wanted to help them, how badly I wanted to teach them, educate them on like specific things to help them level up. The friends I had in the past, I wanted to help them with their businesses and help them level up and teach them specific things. And you know, when I was talking to God about it, I started shedding tears, and God was saying, well, that's why when you had that mentality, that's why I couldn't give you what I gave you now, what I'm giving you now. Because if I gave you then what I'm giving you now and what I gave you now, you would have been giving it to the wrong people. The people that you were giving it to are the same ones that were trying to stop you. The same ones that were lying on you. The same ones that were stealing behind your back. The same ones that was plotting against you. The same ones that were doing witchcraft on you. I had to remove you from them first. And once I removed you from them, I had to put you in a season to where you're isolated and you feel lonely so you can start seeking me more. And the more you started seeking me, I was able to reveal all this to you. And now that I was able to reveal all this to you, you have a better understanding as to why I removed you from them. And now, because you have that understanding, you are able to keep yourself away from them. And now I'm able to reward you and give you what you deserve. You get what I'm saying? So I just want to tell you guys that you know, he said, you almost took the wrong people with you. You almost took the wrong people with you. It was very deep when he said it to me, but I want to just pass that on to you guys, that sometimes, you know, the longer you stay around people that God does not approve of, and the longer you entertain people who are doing these things to you, and sometimes you don't know because you don't know better because you're not around, you know, you want to believe the best in everybody, right? But the longer you're blindsided, the longer it may take for you to get to your blessings. You get what I'm saying? Because to get to your blessings requires self-discipline. Okay, it requires self-discipline. It requires accountability. It requires faith. It requires trust. It requires dedication. You get what I'm saying? It requires you to be peaceful. And a lot of the people that you guys were around, they were blocking you from doing that self-evaluation. They were blocking you from developing as a human being, from elevating as a human being. They were blocking you from connecting more with God. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of times that's what also keeps you stagnant and blocks your, not blocks your blessing, but that's what kind of procrastinates things when it comes to your blessings. Okay, so God has to remove you. So if you're around people right now who doing this, like I'm telling you, you better wake up and smell the coffee, smell the roses. I don't want to say smell the coffee, smell the roses. Wake up and smell the roses. Okay? I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.